One of the best things you can do to help streamline your sales team is to automate as much of the contract and proposal creation process. And in this video, we're going to walk through how to do just that, integrating PandaDoc with your HubSpot account, so that way when people move their deals through the deal stages, once they hit a certain trigger, we're going to automatically create a templated PandaDoc proposal, and so that way the sales rep have everything prepped and ready, and we can even automate sending. So first, of course, what we need to have a PandaDoc account, we need to have a Make account, and we need to have a HubSpot we need to have a HubSpot enterprise account. This will just help with ensuring we have all the right access levels. So in here, we need to do a couple things. So let me just show you actually the full process real quick. So how this currently works is we come into a deal. Once the deal comes through and they select generate XYZ, right? We can usually create a custom stage within the sales process under deal stages. We will then capture this unique value. Make then goes, hey, this deal stage has been triggered. Once it's been triggered, then let's go through, search for that deal itself, pull associated company details, pull the associated contact details of whoever is the primary contact of that company. And then we're going to search for if we have an existing document with them. If we do, maybe we don't want to create a new one. Maybe we want to update it. And then if we don't have it, we're going to go through and create the document that we want to automatically build out on, say, PandaDoc. So what we got to then do, if you want to do this, we're going to need to set up the following. So what I like personally doing is once you go into settings, we go down to properties, we go to deal properties, then we search for stage. We're then going to select deal stage. Once we're here, we can go through and actually add any stages that we need. But what you get here is you get this unique internal value. These unique internal values allow you to say, call this specific item. And so when a deal is moved to this stage, you simply can pull this value and then you can use it in any of your automations. If you try to use the name, it's actually not going to find it because it's actually looking for the internal coded value associated with that object. So that's what we're going to pull. And so if you created multiple pipelines, you might see a bunch of different values, which is why we want to run it when a person physically selects that specific deal stage, or maybe an automation internally moves it to that deal stage. So in this instance, we're going to use CSA generated, which is this unique value. We're going to first copy this value and we could just sort of have it saved in a notes section. So that way we know that, hey, this is what we need. We're going to create this automation. Then we need to come over to PandaDoc. We need to create our PandaDoc account. We then ideally come over to documents, create your document. In this instance, we have a handful that we've already created, but let me just show you the example. Come in here, we can create this, go through the process, setting up all of the values that maybe you want to use. Continue. Let's reload this. And then once we're going to go through here is we're simply going to associate all of the variables to the document itself. So let me just select one we currently have open. And what this document allows us to do is under each of these, we just simply take a text block, right? Actually, we'll start here. We go to variables. We'll add any variables by simply putting in the name that we want, make it something easily identifiable for yourself. Let's go back up to content. You'll then do open bracket, and then you'll have the list of all of the variables that are associated into your PandaDoc account. Once you've done that, you'll then be able to just select it. And so this way, the data will be able to be populated in that specific spot. Now, in this instance, we've already built out some tests and basic examples here for the sake of the call or this video. And I want to walk through what we're doing with this. So we've quickly put together the deal stage. We've captured the ID. We've also set up the PandaDoc account. What we finally need to do is go over to HubSpot and set up the integration. So we're going to go over to the settings. We're going to then click on settings. We'll go into integrations, connected apps. Once we've done that, you'll go to App Marketplace, search for PandaDoc, and make sure that you've clicked installed app if not already done so. And this should just help with the connection and give you some extra features that you don't get out of the gate. All right, so that's done. What we now need to go through and do is we need to go to the following. On the back end, we're going to go and where are you? We're actually just going to do private app. We're going to go to the search bar, search private app, because we need to create a private app to let us actually set up our own unique connection. Oh, wrong page. There we go. Scroll down. Objects. There we go. That's good. So again, we're in here. We're going to go to integrations, private apps. You're then going to go through create a private app. In doing so, give it whatever name you want. And then you're going to go through and give it a wide variety of scopes. And what scopes essentially are is these scopes allow us to then get and send and receive all of the necessary data to an external platform. So in this, really, you're going to need to do almost all of these. So it's a lot of clicking in the CRM section. Go through, click those. Once those have been done, you'll then get a unique webhook that you can call, and we'll use that value to set things up with Make. Okay, so we've done all the foundational stuff. Now let's go through here and do the following. So we want to set up this automation. Now, in order to do it, I'm just going to go here. Let me move this over real quick. Great. We're going to create a new scenario. And what we need to do, if you haven't done so already, is we're going to start with this. We're going to start watch for CRM objects. And what we're doing here is we're going to search the specific account and look for deals. And then we want to make sure we select all associated data because we want to be able to capture all the data that's there. Now we're going to scroll down here. We're going to look up deal stage. And here is where we're going to start dropping. Actually, we want to do contains. Here's where we're going to drop that unique value we got for our property. And that can just be this in this instance because I'm already connected to our own unique account. And we're going to hit OK. We want to do updated. And then in this instance, we can manually select just to prove that it works. Hey, this only shows 2 deals. And the reason why we only see 2 deals is because there's only 2 deals currently associated to that specific deal stage. So this already proves that our setup is currently working. We're going to hit OK. We're then going to run this module. And in here, you'll see that we've captured all of the unique properties associated with the deal. And so with this working, now we want to go through and look for deal associations. So now we're going to go back to HubSpot CRM. We're going to search list associations all the way to the bottom. We then want to do the following. To make it easy, just click all of them, and we're going to look for the deal, and we're going to capture the ID of this previous object. The ID, again, is that unique value. So we want this unique value because it's actually going to call the specific deal and all the associated companies, contacts, records, what have you, connected with it. And that way we can use any of that to do anything else that we need to do in the future. So we're going to select the ID, and we can just change this limit to 1 because there should only be 1 being processed at any given time. Now, for this example, I'm just going to copy this ID so I don't got to rerun all of it at all times. Run this module only. Fantastic. And then we're going to go and do this one. So this one now works. It now has proven to pull all of the associations, companies, and contacts. Those are the 2 things we have connected. Now we want to go through and pull both the unique company details and the unique contact details. So we're going to go through and do the following. We're going to go to HubSpot CRM. We're going to search CRM objects, and we're going to do this. We're going to do one of these for the company record and one of these for the contact record. So let's start with company details. Here, we're going to do companies. We're going to select all the values, and we are going to search, search record ID, and we're going to match. So we're going to look, I just like doing contains token. It's more consistent. Sometimes it breaks. And so you see here we have the associations. So we're now going to capture, we don't want that. We're going to open up companies, and here's the associated object ID. So this is the unique record ID of the company. We're going to click that, and this is now going to push the unique value of the company into this object, and then this will help with moving things along. So again, I'm going to open this up just to simplify the testing. Associated company, run this module only, associated object ID, great, it does work. Now we're just going to duplicate this and do the same thing. So we're going to go search for CRM objects. Now instead of the company record, we're going to do the contacts. Again, we're going to set this to 1. We want to capture all available properties. We want to filter the search results for, you guessed it, record ID. We need to make sure that this contains this unique record ID of the person. And so this consistently will show the most recent one. So close it. We're going to go down to associations of the list associations, click contacts, associated object ID, which is the record. And, oh yeah, I can't copy that there. So we're going to make sure we get rid of the duplication. We're going to hit OK. Now let's run through all of this so far. So currently we will look for CRM objects, we list the associations, we search for said objects, and then we also search for the company records. At this stage, we probably are going to have everything we need to go through and start the build out of the PandaDoc account. So what we want to do though real quick is we're going to run this. We're going to choose where to start. We want to choose manually. We want it to choose this one, run once. Great, it captured all of these data fields, everything properly processed. We see here there's a lot of blank data. That's just because it's just a blank test account. None of this is technically real. I'm just wanting to use as an example to show you guys what's possible. So now we're going to look at PandaDoc. We're going to go and search Panda. And once we're here, we're going to make sure it's connected if it's not. And we want to do the following. We're going to search documents. So typically, you're going to have some type of naming convention in PandaDoc, and under PandaDoc, maybe you're going to do a naming convention. So the name of the proposal or contract you create dash the company name. And so that's what we're going to use. We're going to search for CSA dash company name. Now it's going to take a second because it has a lot of data in here we're capturing. And we want to make sure we are capturing the correct one. We just want to make sure we've got everything. Here is service account name. Here's company name. Great. And that's all we need to do here. The only extra thing we could do is capture which proposal we might want to make sure it looks for. In this instance, we'll just do this. Run this module only. We'll just do live test company. See, it does show one, which is saying, hey, technically you already have one that exists. So in this instance, maybe we want to go through and update it. However, in this instance, let's just focus on creating. So we're going to go through and add a new module. We're going to go to PandaDoc. We're going to create a document. Now, in here, we're now going to put in that structure I just talked about, and we're going to do company name, search for company name in here. It is forever down the line. Company name, template. If you've already saved your document as a template, we can just simply select it. Once you've done this, you're going to have all of the unique fields here that you can go through and fill in. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire process here of filling in each of these. However, you'll simply be able to tell what you want to create. So as you see here, these are unique values that we've put in the initial template. So under this unique template, you had the ability to create unique variables, and that's what we're simply showing here. So those variables are initially going to be blank, but as you go through and update it, you're able to put in that information. So first name, right? It's going to take a minute here. Here's the company contact object. So we've got first name here. Then we've got last name, so on and so forth. You'll be able to put in any and all data you would like to place in here. Once you're satisfied, simply click OK. You do have some extra features here where if you have the email that you want to use, you can simply set it up to automatically send that document and CC who you want to send it to as assistant, as like extra people. And so once the document gets created, it actually gets auto sent, which is really cool. But just with this simple setup, we can do the following. And actually what we need to do, with this simple setup, we're able to go through and simply create the template. Now, we do want to create a couple filters here. So you know how we already have that name, that template already created? What we want to do is set a filter. So this filter is going to look for the number of bundles. A number of bundles is just a record of how many results actually came back. It's usually going to be a 1 or more, or it's going to be a 0. In this instance, it should only be a 1 or a 0. So total of number of bundles, if it is equal to 0, then we want to go through and create the template. The reason why we want to do that is because it equals to it doesn't exist. 0 means it doesn't exist. So if the template or contract does not exist, we then want to push through associated data and create our contract, right? And then in here, we don't necessarily have to add any filters, but depending on maybe your criteria for creating a contract, maybe you want to do a few filters at the deal level to ensure you have all of the key fields that you're going to be using in your contract. So you simply could go here and then select the associated variables. And then it could be as simple as, oh, maybe I need close date to be a known. So let's make sure that exists. And then we need to have company name. Oh, right up here. We need to make sure the deal name in this instance is known, right? And so on and so forth. You can add as many values as you want here. Most cases, you just want to make sure that they likely exist, because if those values are blank, then of course you're not going to be pushing any data through. So once you've done this, you can hit run, and then we can hit, I'll just hit save, and I'll just run the example real quick. Choose this, choose manually. Great. Run once. Boom. And it already saw the template, so it didn't create it. However, here's the basic example of said template. And then you have everything set, ready to go, so you can automatically start doing this. What's really cool is this integration is simply going to run any time that your team sets something or a deal to the deal stage that you've used. So simply all you need to go through and do then is just ensure your team is following the deal stage process. And if they need to create a contract, we have them drop themselves into that process. All right, guys, I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below. Sorry I haven't been able to put some videos up in a while. Been busy with some family things. However, we're on the other side of that and looking forward to helping you guys out using Make, a bunch of other automation tools, and really showing you guys what is possible with AI automation and just cool no-code stuff altogether. All right, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.